Namaskaram. Thank you so much for inviting me to Wayanad to pay my respects to the memory of the large number of people who expired in the recent landslide disaster and to make a few suggestions as to what should be done. Certainly, we should insist on rehabilitation, but we must also take on board the fact that rehabilitation is not likely to happen easily at all. Large amount of funds are being collected, and I am very happy to state that I am also making a contribution of 25,000 rupees to these funds. But these funds will have to be used to help the weak and the poor of this country. And this simply does not happen. Beginning with 2015 at Malin in Maharashtra, there were similar landslides, there were similar large-scale deaths and also promises of rehabilitation. Nothing has happened. They have not been rehabilitated at all to this day. Not just that, but even in 1954, there was a major hydroelectric project on Koyna River in Maharashtra, and in 2024, the displacees of that dam have still not been rehabilitated. So we have to frankly recognize what is happening in this country. What is happening is that the nature is being damaged, destroyed, and the costs of this destruction of nature are paid by the weak and poor of the country. What in the process, who benefits? It is the small number of rich who make money from this destruction of nature and passing on the cost to the weak and the poor. Just consider one particular case, rock quarries. Rock quarries require no technical skill. Besides, in Kerala, I think the state legislature itself has reported that most of them are illegal. They could not collect data on all rock quarries, but on those with which the stone crushing machines are associated, 85% are illegal, and this requires no real investment, this requires no technical skill, and the large amounts of money which are being made are passed on, of course. They come to the pocket of the rock quarry operators, but also shared with the netas and the babus of the country. This is landing India in serious problems. So consider our status at the international and the global level. If we look at the global ranking of the countries, then of the 146 countries that have been ranked in environmental performance, India is at the very bottom, 146th of 146. The worst country in this whole world in terms of its environmental performance. In terms of happiness, we have very similar ranking. The world rankings have India, again of some similar 150 countries or so, have them at the very bottom. Except that we are saved from actually reaching the bottom by a few countries like Afghanistan, Rwanda and Burundi. So, how do we proceed forwards? obviously this has to be changed. And people like those people here are gathered, and those who are suffering, they cannot do anything at this large scale level to make major change. But at the smaller scale level we can, and it is possible. Just consider rock quarries. Devakadindar Bhargava, who managed several mines in Goa before joining the Indian Bureau of Mines, of which he became Director General, has given good suggestions about how mining can be taken up by the local communities, and that this will require hardly any additional investment and any technical skills. But not just Devakidandar Bhargava saying this, there is a concrete experience. Bendalekha is a very progressive village of tribals in Gadchiroli district of Maharashtra. There, a rock quarry was opened in the village to provide rock metal for the highway that was being constructed. An outside contractor was given the contract, but the women insisted that no, we will take this contract, and made sure that the contract came to their Durgavati Mahila Bachat Sangh, and they ran the quarry successfully. Not only that, made some good profit, invested it into a tractor, and after the quarry metal was exhausted, they stopped, and now they still have the tractor with them, which is continuing to bring funds to their community. So, in Kerala, you have an excellent network, Kutumbashri, of again women's saving groups, and in Kerala, you can insist that all the funds which are coming for rehabilitation, amongst other purposes, let them make sure clear what the purposes are. They should go to help Kutumbashri take over every rock quarry in Kerala. This is technically feasible. As I said, women of Bendalekha have shown that they could do it, and Indian Bureau of Mines Director General says that no problem, technically he has given details of how it can be done. So this is one concrete step which we can propose and insist on. A second concrete step which is possible is that tourist resorts, which have sprung all over around Atpadi and everywhere, they are putting burden on the geological structure of the region, which is promoting landslide, just as rock quarries, of course, with their rock blasts are doing. And we can insist that further growth in tourism should now be reserved for homestay tourism. In Goa, a Adivasi group, Vedips, they have demonstrated on top of one of the hills. They have set up a homestay facility. They have the local youth anyway are very familiar with the plants and the animals and the general natural history, but they have been trained further to speak a little bit better English, and for some of the tourists who need English rather than Hindi or Konkani or Marathi. They have been equipped with scientific names of plants, animals, butterflies, all sorts, and they are providing very good homestay facilities. I have stayed there for 2-3 days. Very good food. While our Adivasi groups can insist that in future all further growth of tourism must be handed over to them in form of this homestay tourism. The last one, which is a little more difficult, but I think is something which it would be good to actually put on board and insist on, is that the tea plantations, which are very much responsible for treating the laborers so badly and making them stay gorgeous, so that, as at Puthaval I have seen with my own eyes, the bird flu triggered by the landslide swallowed rapidly their village. That now the tea garden management should be taken over by the labor cooperatives. As I said, the last one is perhaps little more difficult to organize, but one should insist on. The handing over of rock quarries to Kutumbashri groups is very easy, straightforward, and should be immediately made the focus. And the homestay also, one can begin to think of organizing. There are other very good homestay facilities amongst Adivasis. Santars are Adivasis of West Bengal, where I have also been to one of their homestay facilities. So that is also quite feasible. I thought that I will take this opportunity not just to speak generally, but to make some concrete proposals before you. Thank you so much for this opportunity, and I hope that you will be able to actually put some of these proposals on board and insist on them and maybe bring them into fruition. Thank you so much.